this is Russ. I'm one of the DSP engineers at Eventide. Today we have a special treat for you. We're filming on location at our secret, well, not so secret anymore, R&D facility on also a bass player, and I would like to give you a little demonstration of what Eventide can do for your bass guitar. So for version 3, I heeded the outcry of all the bass players out there, and when I started working here, I noticed, like, where's the wah? Like, I tried to use the wah and it wasn't there, so I added a bass wah. Which basically just sweeps a low-pass filter, keeps your low frequencies for you, which sounds coincidentally really awesome after the octaver and the PitchFactor. So I just used like an octaver preset and I put it into the wah, and here's the kind of the sound you get with that. This is my pedal board I put together for my own personal use. I start with the bass. I go into this rusty box that I use for distortion, into the volume pedal. Then that goes to the PitchFactor, to the ModFactor, and then finally out to the TimeFactor. I do it in this order because the PitchFactor is sort of my main soundscaping device. The ModFactor adds some great colors and effects like rotary or undulator, and then I use the TimeFactor either for looping or to add subtle chorusing or compression or even some delay sometimes. I also use the PitchFactor as the main MIDI controller for all these pedals, so you can see when I switch presets, they all follow along, and the tempos are exactly where I want them to be. If I tap into the PitchFactor with the aux switch, it changes over here. And I have one expression pedal plugged into the PitchFactor that I can program all the pedals with because I send expression pedal over MIDI. So it makes for a nice, compact, creative platform. There's a preset in the H8000 called Kill the Guy, which modulates 2 vowels together, which I always thought would be awesome in the ModFactor. So we called that vocal wah. And then I added a bass vocal wah. You can see here, bass voc. If I go to the bass, I can set the bass vowel. I'm going to pick E. And then I can go to the depth and pick the vowel I want to end up on. I want to pick ah. And this thing also sounds really awesome after the octaver. I wanted to be able to play bass, but also get a really cool organ sound with it. So I first started off with the PitchFactor with quad vox, and I have a unison and a 12th and an octave and then 2 octaves up. And then if you turn the delay all the way down, I find that makes, on its own, get you pretty close. But of course, the ModFactor has a rotary, and you turn that on, and that gets you pretty much all the way there. And then next, just for some subtle chorusing, some saturations, which adds some compression and maybe a little more grit and some filtering, I use the tape echo. And then to get really bombastic, put some distortion in front of it, probably boost it up. And then the whole thing can be controlled with an expression pedal. So if you go all the way here, I just get my dry sound, a tiny bit of organ sound, and a very slow rotary. And this will fade in all the organ harmonics and speed up the rotary. And when the rotary is going fast, I can always slow it down by kicking in the slow knob right there.
Sometimes I start from scratch because I know what sound I'm going for. Other times I just let the boxes guide me, and oftentimes the 3 presets in the box just line up to make something great. Like here's 10-1.
You know, I'm really, actually, I like all the funky and the rock stuff, but I also really like the pretty stuff. And I always start with PitchFactor, diatonic, some sort of like octave and third or fifth and third. Here I assign the expression pedal to sweep from lower harmonies up to higher harmonies. And I run that into the undulator and into band delays. And you can get some really beautiful sounds that way, just with a single bass guitar.
Hey Russell, great work. Well done.
Thanks everybody. Once again, I'm Russell from Eventide, and I'm here to show you that Eventide Stompboxes aren't just for guitar players.